The meeting's notice, please.
The Board of Directors of the School District of the City of Erie, PA, and the Board of Directors of the City of Erie Regional Career and Technical School will meet in regular session on Wednesday, June 28th, 2017, in the auditorium at East High School, 1001 Atkins Street, at 6 o'clock p.m. by request of the President, Frank Pachunga, Jr.
Thank you. Could I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Brzezinski,
Oh, he's excused.
Mr. Castillo,
Here.
Mr. Fabrizi,
Here.
Mr. Harkins,
Here.
Mrs. McNair, Ms. Shenley. Here. Mr. Spagel,
Here.
Mrs. Alexandrovich. Here. Mr. Pachunga.
Here. Pledge of Allegiance is going to be led by Mr. Harkins, followed by a moment of silence for Robert Rudolph, retired music teacher who passed away on June 12, 2017, and Irene Lesko Hertz, retired teacher who passed away on June 19, 2017, and Joanne Herrera, cafeteria supervisor who passed away this week. Mr. Harkins, if you could lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We do a recognition of appreciation every month. Unfortunately, for this one, for the City of Erie Fire Department, no one could be present, but we will get it to them. Since January, the board has been recognizing a community member each month and who has provided support or assistance to Erie's public schools. This month, we want to recognize the City of Erie Fire Department for their immediate response and courageous efforts in the wake of the fire that occurred at Central Tech High School on Friday, May 26th. We want to personally thank Fire Chief Guy Santone for his work on site that day and for the hours he spent with us afterwards at our emergency board meeting and press conference. We are grateful for the entire department and those men and women who came to our aid that day at Central. Thank you for what you did for us, for our students, and what you do every day for the citizens of Erie. We'll make sure they get that. I'd like to announce the board met in executive sessions on Wednesday, May 17, 2017, in the library at East High School, 1001 Atkins Street, from 7:29 p.m. to 7:49 p.m. regarding personnel and negotiations. Thursday, May 25th, in conference room 1 of the Dr. James E. Barker Leadership Center, 148 West 21st, from 12:44 p.m. to 1:08 p.m. regarding personnel. Wednesday, June 7th, in conference room 3 of the Dr. James E. Barker Leadership Center, 148 West 21st, 12:06 p.m. to 12:21 p.m. regarding a legal matter, and again in conference room 3 from 1:23 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. regarding personnel and a legal matter. Wednesday, June 14th, in the library at East High School, 1001 Atkins Street, from 8:09 p.m. to 8:34 p.m. regarding personnel matters. Thursday, June 22nd, in the library at East High, 1001 Atkins Street, from 6:18 p.m. to 6:49 p.m. regarding personal matters. And this evening, Wednesday, June 28th, in the library at East High, from 5:27 p.m. to 5:33 p.m. regarding personal matters. And before we go on to a report of the superintendent, it's a sad day and a good day. I don't know, where'd she go? What are you doing way back there? We're losing our current board secretary. It's her last meeting. She's going to be retiring this week. And we want to thank her for everything she's done for us over the many years she's been here. That's appropriate. You're walking up the aisle right now. But we really do appreciate everything you've done. You've been there for us many, many years. And we're gaining another great person in Angela Jones as our new board secretary. So thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes.
I just want to make one personal comment. I was working at the district at the time when Robin first started. And so I remember her very first day of work. And I remember that she had been working in the schools, but I mean, as the board secretary. And this is one of the toughest jobs in the world, to have 9 bosses that don't always get along, okay? So that's number one. But the thing of it is that she was very, very nervous about how she was gonna do this, whether she was up for the job and everything. And I can just tell you, you were certainly up for the job and you did a fantastic job. And so we're sorry to see you go.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I guess I just need to say thank you to Robin. I've known Robin since I was a child. In fact, some people know or not know that she was my aunt for quite a while. And then through marriages, things didn't. But then she was the secretary when I was here at East High. She was the school secretary then. So I appreciate all you did back then, and certainly helping me through the first 4 years of this. All of us rely on you, and I look forward to seeing you outside of here. I know that you've earned every bit of rest and relaxation that you get after this, so thank you.
Mr. President?
yes.
Thank you. I want to absolutely concur with everything everyone said about the young lady who decided to leave us. Robin, you've been a mentor. You've been my right arm when I was president for 2 terms. You helped me understand a lot of the ongoings within the district and duties of the board. And you are someone that I will truly miss. And I just invite you to come to any board meeting you like. You and Willie McDonald, we would look forward to seeing. So God bless, a long, happy, and healthy retirement.
Mr. President?
Yes.
I would also like to say some kind words about Robin Smith. She has been wonderful, and if you can find a person who comes to work every day, loves their job, always has a smile, is kind to everyone who walks through the door, and never gets rattled, it's amazing, and we found her. I am going to miss you very much, but I am very glad that Angela is with us now, too. So both of you are stellar as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you. Mr. President?
Yes.
I'd also like to say something to Robin. I thank you for everything that you've done for me and taught me, and I'm sad to see you go, but we're getting Angela.
Thank you.
I'm not going to be the only one not to say anything. The job responsibility is immense, as someone just said. It is immense. The financial and legal responsibility is just huge, and Robin handled it very professionally, gracefully, and as Mary said, with good humor all the time. And so we're very fortunate to have had her, and we'll miss her, and we're very fortunate to have her right arm, Angela, step in and keep it going. So, me too.
When I started as a co-op student, as a senior at East High, I never thought I would be retiring.
Yeah. And I'm sure you could write a book, but there was a no book clause in your contract.
And I want to thank all of you, too.
Yeah, we love you. Okay, Ms. Saversky.
Thank you. Thank you, Robin, too. Dear Board of Directors, I want to begin by thanking you for giving me the opportunity to serve as Assistant Superintendent and to be able to give the final superintendent report for the 2016-17 school year. In reflection of the many accomplishments and the concerns that have taken place over this year, the administration is really pleased with the hard work, the collaboration by our families, our students, and our staff. Our schools continue to strive to educate our students, and we encourage a positive climate and culture in the buildings and throughout the district, and we continue to work towards organizational efficiency in all of our departments. So we ended the tenure of our outgoing superintendent, Dr. Badams, and his 3 goals of continuous improvement of teaching and learning, culture and climate, and organizational effectiveness. But we are so encouraged by the new opportunities and goals of our incoming superintendent, Mr. Polito, and what he will bring to us. Our district has overcome many obstacles, but we never forget that our students come first. Through the configuration, the consolidation plan, both our administrators and our teachers have been renewed with the hope that our students will have a better education. We, as Erie's Public Schools, will be a safe haven for our students as they grow and learn to become responsible citizens and leaders for our future. We will have many new and exciting opportunities for career exploration and hope that our students can choose their paths to a well-rounded, successful education. The future of Erie Public Schools and the community rely on a successful educational institution. And through this consolidation, Erie High School and Collegiate Academy are the stepping stones for our students to determine their own future. We are Erie strong, and we will be a better community as we unite together for our students. So please consider joining the July 15th GE Edison team to improve the cosmetics of Edison School, or on July 20th to participate in the Serve Erie High upgrades that are expected. Please check our websites for details, and all volunteers are appreciated and are welcome. I again want to thank Dr. Badams and all of our retirees, Robin Smith, for their dedication and support of Erie's Public Schools. I truly look forward to the new era and the new excitement that the consolidation will bring. I also welcome the leadership and experience of Mr. Polito, and I know this will be a really good school year. And it is a pleasure serving all of you and the families, the students, and the staff of Erie's Public Schools.
Thank you.
I move we approve the report of the superintendent.
Mr. Harkins, seconded by Mr. Spiegel. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Move on to... Ms. Devlin? Well, we might as well... That's fine. I'll tell you right now, why don't you come on up and we'll present you this.
On behalf of Chief Santone, Assistant Chief Ralco, the 4th Platoon Deputy Chief Mike Balliet, and the 4th Platoon and the rest of the Erie Fire Department, we'd like to thank you for your recognition. It doesn't happen often, but it's nice to get it once in a while, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. We're going to move on to hearing of citizens. We have two 5-minute speakers. First speaker is Mr. William McDonald, speaking on the topic of Erie School District business. Mr. McDonald, are you here? I do not see him, so we'll move on to our second speaker, which is Mr. James Herzig, speaking on the topic of Erie School District business. Mr. Herzig.
Oh, boy.
I think I was supposed to drive Mr. McDonald tonight. I apologize. Mr. Superintendent, Assistant Superintendent, Board President, and the Board. First of all, I wanted to thank Jay. I realize he's already gone, but I wanted to thank the board members who were there that voted for Jay 7 years ago, and I believe that was Mr. Casillo, Mr. Brzezinski, Mr. Harkins, and Mary Frances Shenley. We underwent a lot of scrutiny back then. You know, we should do a nationwide search and search every nook and cranny because, God forbid, we didn't have our candidate here in Erie. I think history and hindsight goes to prove that maybe we made a good decision. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank Mr. Polito for stepping up. I think you've been branded in fire here for the last couple of years, and I look forward to your commitment to the Erie community in the next few years and wish you luck and congratulations. I want to thank the board for everything that they've done supporting Mr. Badams, Dr. Badams, and Mr. Polito over the last couple of years, especially through the last year or so. My wife, who's a teacher, said, with the crisis that's going on, maybe this is what the city needs. Maybe this is where the revitalization of Erie starts. We have to do something drastic. You've made the decisions. We have to move on. We've got mayoral candidates. Whoever's going to be the next mayor is talking about how important education is. When have we heard that before? I think it's going to be not a bad crisis coming up. I think once the state pulls through, which hopefully they do, I think the board and the superintendent and the district's in good hands with what we have, here to lead us. Lastly, I do want to thank Robin Smith also. As I think Mr. Harkins and Mr. Casillo said, when you're board president, there's tons of paperwork, lots of phone calls, and as much as anybody believes that the board and the superintendent run the district, the board secretary runs the district. Anybody can attest to that. Mr. Casillo mentioned how you've been a mentor, you've been a mother sometimes where you've had to straighten us out and keep us in line, but you've always been a friend. So I want to thank you and wish you the best of luck also. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Herzog. We move on to our 3-minute speakers. If anybody would like to speak for 3 minutes, please state your name and print your name and address on the tablet provided on the podium. Is there any 3-minute speakers? Not seeing any. Any reports of committees and liaisons? We will move on to unfinished business, which we have none, and then new business.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Harkins.
I move we approve all of the new business, which would be including item 6, item 7, and item 8, with the understanding that item 7, the supplemental, includes those 2 additional resolutions that we discussed in the prior executive session having to do with the roof and the fire system at Central Tech.
Okay.
And also the separation, that the item 8 will be voted on separately.
Second.
So Mr. Harkins, and then Mr. Casillo, second. Call for discussion on anything? We're not voting on number 8 yet, because that's separate. If not, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Casillo?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrizi?
Yes.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Ms. Shenley? Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mrs. Alexandrovich? Yes. Mr. Petroni?
Yes. Move on to the separation. Is there any discussion? Yes.
Is a separate vote requested by myself. This involves tuition for Collegiate Academy and the increase in tuition. I am not going to be lengthy about strongly feel that we will lose some excellent students as a result of this. So that's the reason I separated it.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Mr. President?
Yes.
I also wanted to, I'll keep it very short, but when we spoke about this in the first place, there had been a process that we had followed the last time that we raised tuition at the collegiate, which allowed the students that were already there to be grandfathered in. I felt that that was the right way to go. It's not that I'm against raising tuition, I understand the need, but at this time, I'm going to vote no.
Thank you. If no one has anything else, I need a motion.
I did.
You motioned? Okay, that's right. Mr. Harkins? Mr. Spiegel? Second? And then roll call, please.
Mr. Castillo?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrizi?
No.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Ms. Shenley?
No.
Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mrs. Alexandrovich?
No.
Mr. Petrunger?
Yes. I believe that passed.
Yes, 4-3.
Okay. Approval of minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Mr. Spiegel? Is there a
Second.
Second, Mr. Cassillo. If I'm going too fast, let me know.
I'm getting there.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Bills and payroll?
Move we approve them for payment as presented.
We have a motion to approve. Second? Mr. Harkins, and then Mr. Spiegel. Seconded. Need a roll call when you have a chance.
Mr. Cassillo?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrizi?
Yes.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Ms. Shenley?
Yes.
Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mrs. Alexandrovich?
Yes.
Mr. Petrunger?
Yes. Report of the Secretary. Can I have a motion on the report?
Move we approve it.
Yes.
Second.
Mr. Spiegel and Mr. Cassillo for second. And then a roll call when you're ready.
Mr. Cassillo?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrizi?
Yes.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Ms. Shenley?
Yes.
Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mrs. Alexandrovich?
Yes.
Mr. Petrunger?
Yes. Award on bids.
I move we make the award as recommended, that they be the lowest responsible bidder,
Mr. Harkins,
meeting specifications.
Mr. Spiegel, second. Any discussion? If not, we'll take a roll call when you get a chance.
Mr. Cassillo?
Yes.
Mr. Fabrizi?
Yes.
Mr. Harkins?
Yes.
Ms. Shenley?
Yes.
Mr. Spiegel?
Yes.
Mrs. Alexandrovich?
Yes.
Mr. Petrunger?
Yes. And we are to any other matter? Anybody has anything else? If not, I will attain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Cassillo, seconded by Mr. Spiegel. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? This meeting is adjourned.